Hello guys, this is David again for another, or maybe the first Sit and Go walkthrough, I guess. So I decided to do a $3.30 Sit and Go. Uh, kind of go through each of the hands, play for one of them, play through one of them, and see how I do. It's a small sample size, so we're not really gonna get a good result because Sit and Goes are more for a long-term solution, or the more you play, the better results you'll have over the long run. But we'll just see the spots here, see if there's anything interesting that pops up. So typically early on in a single player Sit and Go, I'm not looking to get into any big spots or anything like that, or any big pots. Honestly, I'm really not trying to even speculate. Um, there's really not many chips to win in a Sit and Go, so I'm pretty much folding like the vast majority of hands and only playing the ones that have a lot of value, have potential of stacking someone. So here the 8-10, I'm just going to fold. I mean, it may seem tight. It might be a little bit tight, but I mean, the reason we do that in big tournaments, remember, is that we have to accumulate a lot more chips, and therefore we have to make more plays at more pots. So we'll see what happens here. So we got a limp from the early position player on a king, 3, jack, 2 diamond board. And he bets half pot and takes it down. 10-4, easy fold. Now it's good to keep in mind like which players are limping in a lot or making these small raises that aren't really going to do anything, especially with the limper behind. This is easily going to be a call right here, and this guy calls as well. Um, silence what I'm listening to. Make sure everything's good. Looks fine. A7. The full and lob situations, tournaments, A7 offsuit is not a good hand. And once again, if I am playing these hands and I'm opening, I am almost always raising. I believe that limping is a mistake. Not so much in the early levels where the chips are really small, but as the tournament goes on, limping becomes a bigger mistake. Just because there's no way to win pre-flop. So try to stay away from limping. It is one thing I would say, or at least open limping. Now, so far we have seen big game play a lot of hands. This guy in the small blind here, Sunny play a lot of hands, and this Wint 3-born play a lot of hands. So their ranges are much wider than what I would recommend. But who knows? Small sample size, so I'm just gonna put like, I don't know, just yellow, just so I remember. Not a big note or anything, but it does show to me that they're a little bit more splashy. And not that aggressive either. The pots are very small, but they're splashing around a little bit more than the other 6 players at the table. 20 into 218. I mean, what's that gonna do? I mean, sometimes can do these raises that put you in an awkward spot. 7 on the river, 7 of hearts on the river, completes no draws. Completes, the flush draws don't get there. He bets half pot, exactly half pot. There's a half pot button. It's widely used, and he gets called, and he has tens, and I must have had a seven or something like that. Two queen, easy peasy fold. Now Sonny plays again. I believe he's 5 for 5 in hands played so far. That man's first hand that he's in, but he decides to min raise and min raise on top of a limper. So once again, I don't recommend doing that. It just creates a lot more, invites a lot more players in that you probably want. Even with a hand like, I don't know, 10 jack or 10 9 suited, you just don't want to play multi way. Um, even with those hands that flop particularly well. So yeah, got a flop of jack to queen, rainbow. In poker lingo, rainbow means 3 different suits. 8 of diamonds on the turn, which does complete one of the draws, and Sonny once again bets 20 on the turn. Done it before. And remember, wow, that one takes it down with a couple players in the pot. So big one, I have sevens here. I'm not going to be raising sevens ever here early in the tournament, but I will be um, calling a lot of raises here and checking the flop here. So we'll see what happens. Flop is 2-2 ace. But if someone's just going to be betting 20, I have no problem of calling that 20. Could be behind. Could spike a 7. 20 is not going to affect me one way or the other. Now, last time he did that, he bet half pot when he had the made hand. I'm just going to check and hopefully get checked around. He bets 40. I'm just curious. I may just call her just to see what he's up to. That's a very funny bet. He may have an ace, may have a 2. No big deal. It's 1 for 5. I might have this. Yeah, he was value betting a 6, I guess. So he limped under the gun with 9-6 offsuit. Don't recommend that. He min bet on the flop. Don't recommend that. He checked the turn, which was probably his best play. And then he value bet the 6. Don't recommend that. And who knows, if I didn't have like a pocket pair there, if I happened to have like king queen there, I may have folded the river. But then he's folding out a worse hand. Yeah, there's no better hands I call with there. Or worse hands that I call with there. 7 deuce. Easy peasy color breezy fold on the button. Jaybridge has yet to play a hand. Daniels CB3, I believe, hasn't played a hand yet. Big game will probably limp or probably limp this hand. There it is. Sunday will complete, and Nightman is probably happy to play with these other 2 players. Got a flop of Jack 8-4. Once again, min bet from Sunny. No surprise there. And it's on big game 5-7-5. Four on the turn, so it went mid bet call. So Sunny, at least versus me, checked when it had nothing. Bets min bet again. Gets raised. How does Sunny react to a raise? Not well. Well, I'll just say just fold. That could be the correct play. Now, at the same time, like I am playing tight right now, but I'll even have more incentive to play tight when someone's just flashy to my left. Big game's probably going to limp here. Nope, folds. So what does Sunny do on button? Okay, min raise, that's reasonable actually. Wint calls the min raise from the button. Flop is Jack 6-3, 2 diamonds. Sunny will min bet. Oh no, first non-min bet. First non-min bet. 8 king, I will fold this. Now I'm going to fold anything king-wise, probably up to, I probably raise king 10 suited here at this point in the tournament. As for offsuit kings, probably, king jack suited plus. So we have a flop here of 5-9 jack, 2 hearts. Big game did raise pre-flop. This is a board that does at times favor the caller, and the caller does raise to 430. How does big game handle this? We'll see. He min clicks it back, gets 5 bet or 4 bet, gets call, aces, ace, 9. All right, buzzkill in 9th place. 8-4 here will be a fold from early position. Early position, I typically looking to open raise with obviously the high pairs, the big aces, probably down to ace 10 suited and ace jack offsuit would probably be my range at this point. And maybe I'll throw an occasional suited connector in, maybe down to 7-8 suited, but I don't always raise that with those at this point in the tournament. So we have Sunny limping in again. Nightman 4747 folds. Wint 3 born. Min raises. Now as the blinds increase, the min raises gets better because the chip stack ratio decreases. But here you see that everyone's about 60 still, so 60 or above. So I recommend a little bit bigger of a raise this stage of a tournament. And gets 3 bet, and this is a very small 3 bet. It's only 3x the size, and Sunny's out of position. It's probably going to get another. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Gets all in. We have kings and kings, so Sunny will limp in with a big pair. That's good to know. 3-5 in the big blind. So we'll So I got a limp, another limp. I'll check my 3-5. Airball. Totally opposite of what I was looking for. Got a call of 30 and or a bet of 30 and a call of 30. Guess that's how that works. Queen of Spades, another min bet. Now we've been seeing that Sunny's min bets are really not that strong. 10 out of the diamonds on the river. How does Sunny change the bet? Half pot. Last time half pot was the best hand, but I was thinking the strength of best hand. Diamonds, and probably the straight was down there. 4-9. I'm just gonna fold initially right away. Flop is 8-10-8. Missed the action here. That's half pot. Gets a call. 7 of diamonds on the turn. Check. Oh no, he's still working. Very, 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 very small bet. Kind of a blockerish. Maybe has a 9, maybe has a weak draw. Trying to get a cheap river or win. King 3 will be fold. I'm not trying to steal the 45 in chips. Big game will probably limp here. Oh, wow. All right, he's calmed down a bit. I think he was looking for a double. Min raise from the small blind. Man, 47-47. I would call with most of my range here. Having position and a very deep stack right now. Flop is 2-6 king. Another min bet. Main calls. 9 of clubs on the turn. Sunny min bets once again. These have not indicated any strength from past hands. It's another call and a 2 of spades on the river. That's another 30. Yeah, I was gonna say this seems like an ace high hand how he's betting. Yeah, so let me see if I can do this. Do this. Let's do that. This. 1 second here. What? Make it go faster. Sorry. Yeah. Don't worry about that for now. Oh no, I messed things up. Okay. Oh boy. Well, it kind of messed up the visuals here a bit. There we go. That's what I wanted. All right, so I just called with pocket eights. I wasn't gonna get stacks in or anything like that this early in the tournament. And he bets 440. That's easy peasy fold here, even with a gut shot. That's a very strong bet. Very bad flop for eights there. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that right now. Put up another screen. 610. Well, the question is here: it's if I bust early from this thing, am I going to be recording the entire tournament? I think for these, yeah, I think I will. I think I'm going to suck it up and record the entire tournament and comment, and that's the only way to learn. If I busted like ninth place, it'd be a pretty bad video. So I think I'm just gonna do it. So 5 jack. So this is the same part of the tournament. There's 8 players left. I'm still looking for the value hands at this point. What I'll typically do is the blinds increase and players decrease. I'll be looking for good shove spots to put a lot of pressure on my opponents. But hopefully I get to that and be able to show what that was or what that looks like. Maybe I should have some sounds on for this game. Just because, like, there's a lot of dead silence if I don't say anything. So maybe I should. Do that. Do sounds. Let's get some. I normally don't like the sounds when I'm like Twitch streaming or anything like that, just because it's just so much when I'm multi-tabling. Um, oh shoot, and I think I'm gonna have to turn on audio Okay. So right now you're just hearing externally what I'm saying or anything around me. You might hear that fan in the background or something like that. Now I think I've done it. Okay. Now it's showing that the chips are making sound, and I turned on the OBS, so the sound from the game is now coming out, but I have to be actually on the screen itself instead of looking at OBS. So fair enough. Guess I'm learning OBS and Twitch and all that stuff while you guys learn. There it goes for me. Good trade-off. Good trade-off. And who knows? I might like just punt this one and not do anything constructive, or I might just look at it and be like, "What? This guy doesn't know what he's doing. What is this?" But I assure you, give me 10 tournaments, I'll win one of them. I assure you. So I probably will defend here, actually. I won't defend anymore. But I think versus a player all over the place and nice connected hands, and I'd consider it. I'd consider it. I'm not saying it's 100% that I would call, but I think in this instance here, I would call. Because he wouldn't. I don't believe he would put a lot of pressure on me. And there you go. Results oriented me says should have called, even though someone 3-bet. Because what I was going to say, this guy will just min bet. And even if I have like a mild draw or weak pair, okay, call him 50. It's not going to really cost me anything. He's just going to min bet. Then if he does, ooh, that's his first check, open check. And who knows, like these chip sounds might be overpowering or overwhelming. This is watched ace 5 under the gun, yeah. See, the issue with playing like this, you're gonna hit on occasion, but more often than not, you're just gonna be bleeding chips. Raising ace 5 and not really playing it all that aggressively will cost you. So here, if it gets folded to me, my plan is to limp in, and he will min raise, and I'm gonna call him min raise. That's pretty much what I'm expecting here. So because this hand does flop well, he's gonna raise to 100. Ooh. Okay. So how do I want to play this? So I'm guaranteed him betting 50 here. Which is what I would bet. So I'll let him take the lead with the 50. Just call. We will just call. Sure. Queen, that's fine. We'll just bet 50 anyway. Normally I would like, would I check there? I don't know if I would check there necessarily. So there's tons of things he beats, or I beat, I should say. I'm not worried about anything, you know. Sure, I'm going to call this too. Versus this type of player, I mean, he's just betting to bet. Betting to bet is not really a good plan. I mean, it's not going to work out for you as much as you want it to. It's going to be a losing money play in the long run, and even the short run at times. Yeah, let me know if the chip sounds and sounds of the poker table's a bit too loud, or I'm too loud, or I'm too soft, or you want to see my face. Let me know. Useful information. This guy does love the min bet. I heart min bet. Pocket fours. Hmm. All right. So these typically last about an hour to an hour and a half for one of these. I usually just don't one table these things, but in order to properly diagnose a hand or a tournament, I'll more willing just to do one. So it's going to be that long for me because I decided to do the entire tournament regardless. So, and I do mark my results down. I have a spreadsheet of my wins and losses in tournaments. Type of tournament. Usually the number of players, unless it's still late registration, then I'm not going to worry about it. About one net, all that stuff. So, and Sunny now has 389 chips, and still is limping in. And right, 6, 8, ace on a limped board. This could hit any of the hands, honestly. 100. Sunny's gonna call. 8 on the turn. Favor Sunny's range. Check though. If I had this ace and I was in JJ Rich's place, I would still bet. I mean, there's hit a 3. Okay. So nines we will play. It's just how we will play it based on the action. I'm good with min raise at this point in the tournament. Maybe I could go. Yeah, I'm only at 22 blinds. I mean, so this is a player who was playing a little bit more hands, so a lot less than these two guys. But I label these 3 guys as the guys that were playing the most. So 8-10 queen. This flop does favor the caller a lot more than me. But that being said, if I bet here, I do fold off hands from like 7s down to 2s, which I do beat, but I don't want to call a bet. But check does seem fine here, because I don't think those hands would bet. 7s through 2s won't bet, and I beat them all. And 8 won't bet, and 10 won't bet, and I really do like that turn. Turn's a very good turn for me, but I don't think I'm going to get any action here, so I'm happy with the check here. I'll probably call the turn here, but I still do have a gut shot. The fact is that he did check it. I don't know if he would check a queen or 10 here, but because I checked twice, we'll give him incentive to bet here. So I'm going to call and see what happens on the river. Ace should freeze up action. Unless he had specifically ace queen or ace 10, I don't think this hit him at all. And I could have an ace and be willing to check call with an ace here. And it's very unlikely he has a queen here because he checks the flop. He does go 496, which is a very good bet. This is interesting. So he checks the flop. So he could have a set here, but would he check a set on the flop here? And what would he bet? I'm good in these type of things just to preserve my chips. There was a fair chance I was ahead there. But in these, it's fairly good just to conserve your chips. And maybe he was betting there because I was checking to him on multiple streets. But who knows? Go limp on the button. Not really my favorite play. Once again, you never give yourself a chance to win pre-flop. Um, I like to give myself the most opportunities to win a hand. So if that requires me to raise pre-flop and win X percent of the time pre-flop, I'll do it. Um, and you desensitize de what's the word I'm looking for? By raising, there's a less chance a small blind is going to play. How about that? Hopefully, this I get to go deep enough where I can just show some things, but I'm fine. Things are fine. Things are fine. Things are fine. I watch videos from other people, whether it be poker or another game. Even like the best of the best make plays, and sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but they use their knowledge and experience to. You're right. You're not going to be right all the time in poker. You just want to take the lines that are going to be uh, the most right, the most often. And we're still fine. I mean, we have 19 blinds, 18 and a half blinds, so it's not like 208, so that's 2.5, a little bit more. 2.6 times the big blind. Call on the button. Yeah, anything can happen in any game that you play. I've watched other, like I said, other players play, really good players, and they go 0-3 in certain best of three matchups. And this is my flop. Where am I? Where am I? And Jack 5 suited. Pays off. 60. I'm blocking a Jack and a 5. Half pot. Hercules. Gets a fold. Gets a fold. 6-9 diamonds. See what happens. Maybe I'll defend. Maybe I'll just check to a limp. Check to a limp. Check to a limp. We flop an airball. No big deal. NBD. The fact that I got a free flop is amazing. $80 will work this time. Although I did have an 8, but not to call there. Jack 4. Typically, I'll complete these hands here. just to see how this guy reacts to it. He might raise me or whatever. I'm going bet here. Gets rid of hands like Queen 2 and King Deuce and all that stuff. Yeah, 80's fine. Gets called. It's not my favorite thing. I think I'll just shut down at this point. I mean, I want to preserve my chips, and yeah, he might have me here. Checks back, though. Checks back. What does that mean? He has a pair. The worst hand he could conceivably have there that didn't bet was 7-9 on the flop. All you. 6-4. Yeah, I don't even know if I would have won. So this isn't going the best right now, but there's still a long way to go in this tournament. Still a long way to go. Raised to 200 from Ulysses. This is the stage of the tournament where I start open shoving more and 3-betting more, especially with the 15 big blind stack. This is usually the cutoff point is 15 blinds is when I start switching over from standard raising to shoving with whatever I'm shoving, whether it be the bottom or top of my range. So it's a little earlier than what I would like to start shoving, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. 9-6. Now we're down to 11.5 blinds. We're not going to do anything desperate or anything like that. We're just gonna look for a spot that I have full equity, and typically that is opening, straight up opening. And I'm not gonna force the action if I have like a hand not in my range, like under the gun. I'm not just gonna shove because if I don't play it, I'm under 10 blinds. I don't necessarily believe that's how one should play. Yeah. 312. People love that button that says exactly half. But at times, half pot betting too much. It really is betting too much a lot of times. Typically, I like betting between a quarter and a third of the pot. A lot of times, it gets you the same amount of information for a smaller investment. You keep doing that over and over and over again. Such a discount on the amount of chips that you're betting. So, 624 gets raised. Seems like a legit made hand. Daniel CB seems like he's been waiting for a hand. And wow, same hand. Same hand. No harm done. But we did see that he did raise Queen Jack when the blinds were pretty high. 120 BB. That just tells me that I am more likely to be able to just 3-bet raise with a wider range like King Queen, weaker aces, because he's willing to open in an early position with Queen Jack off. He might still call me, which is not great in a sit and go, but in sit and goes you want folds more than you want to call, which is different than tournaments because tournaments, once again, you have to accumulate a lot more chips. So there's a lot of work for me to do here. Hopefully I stick around a lot longer so I don't just have to commentate on a table that I'm not playing in. Hopefully that's how it goes. So not guaranteed. Take a walk. If he was going limp in, I was probably going to shove on him. Jack. What happened last time? So I limped in. I it, at the flop, he had 4. I checked, and then he took it down with a pair of 4s or 6s. He had 6-4. Call from the big line, 772. This is an easy C bet from Daniel. That's 300. A little on the larger side. I don't think you have to bet that much. I mean, if someone has 8-9 here, they're not gonna do anything different than it's a call though, which is very interesting. This ace of hearts definitely favors like the big blind here much more than you. Because what are they calling for 300 there? It's a 7 or a heart, right? They're not doing that with the deuce. There's like little to no deuces. Maybe it's a pocket pair of some sort. And he called. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. I go check here. He's 6. Wow. Hit an ace on the turn, but flop. Like he didn't know that this guy was going to bet the turn. I'm thinking, but yep, it worked out. I wouldn't do that with like a weak ace like that to a big bet on the flop. Really not. So I'm just looking for good spots to uh, 3-bet or whatever. Mm-hmm. 9 to 5. Goodbye. Big game 575 in the tank, and he raises 408, which is quite a large raise. I think he's raising that large, so he's committed to any 3-bet. Sevens is good enough for an all-in here. Now we saw big game is pretty wide range here, so I probably will get called by him, which is unfortunate. So I'm probably going to be in a race situation if he is in the pot. But sevens are way too good, especially versus limp. Now, if this guy goes all in, I may fold. But in this situation here, with a limper and having the stack here, this is a clear push. He may call with like Jack 10 or Queen 10, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And I believe this is the right play. So we're going for it. Good luck, good luck, good luck. Go and call me with wide range. I know that, but ooh, I was a little excited there because you don't really want calls too much in these, especially when they're races and you don't need that many chips. You just stay alive. Let's see what we got here. So, Nightman raises to 342, and I think I'm really happy that I folded those pocket nines to this guy. This guy seems that he is very uh, tighter sit and go player, which means that he's not going to throw away his chips. He's playing very snug, so he's not bluffing there. So what do I want to do with tighter? I guess the 8. I don't know. I got a set. set color codes or whatever to these things. So I got a raise from Nightman 4747, a call, and then an all in for a little over 9 blinds. Got 2.6 call. Here's a 10. Daniel's been fairly tight, so I expect a fairly good hand from him. Maybe like Ace Jack plus. Ace 10, okay. Hits an ace. Very good for him. King or Queen. King! Wow. It's poker sometimes. Here's a 7th. That's Jack 8 here. Got a raise. He raised with King Queen, which is fine. Or I would raise with that too. Here's a 2-5-5, which is probably more than what I would raise, but nothing wrong with it as a whole. Game on the button. Another straight, so two hands that I could have had. Oh, that's result oriented. Do not recommend doing that. That's 2/3 pot. Seems like what? What could have been? What could have been indeed? Nightman is thinking and he folds. Jack 6 is a fold. This situation, even if it does get folded, I would do a suited jack here, but the value of like a suited jack and non-suited jack is pretty dramatic. Plus, once again, I don't quote unquote need it to shove. I'm curious about big game's limps now. Like, I shoved on him. I'm curious if. Okay, he's still folding his limps. Kings versus 8s. That's. Gambru has a 9. All right. Get another double through. 2-7 offsuit. Also not a push. We're down to exactly 10 blinds. Slightly less. Ace King. Love to see that. No decisions here. This is going to be all in, regardless of what happens, with 6 players remaining. He min raises. Fine. It's going to go all in here for 10 blinds. Good luck. And we saw him raise with Queen Jack and etc. So we'll see what happens here. Another 1184 to him. Calls with Ace Jack. Good start. Great turn. We lock it up. We double up. Sweet. That is good. Good. 3-4. Now we can sit back and chill for a little bit. Raises to 375. Expect a very tight range from Hercules. Excuse me. Get a call from Big Game. Flop favors Hercules. I would definitely bet here. Big Game leads. Just takes it down. Down. 29. Seems tight, but you know, didn't go style. Even in a tournament, with 21 blinds, I'm probably folding that under the gun, 7-handed. So much stuff can go wrong. I mean, there's shove stacks here. If I raise to 300, like these guys can just shove on me. You know, calling Lockwood if they call because you know I'm not gonna flop. Yeah, it's not good with 21 blinds. Got tighten up. Tighten up. We got it all in here on the button. should be quite wide. So calling with like any ace or like big suited king seems fairly reasonable here. Especially if I was Hercules. We got a 2 quick fold or 1 fold and 1 quick fold. Ace 9's interesting here. Ace 9 is interesting. Now these 3 guys up at the top here are much tighter, so I'm less likely to play back at them. But if this guy comes in, there is a chance that I may decide to just shove it on him. And once again, I could be wrong because people can have anything in when they raise, but I'm gonna raise 9 here. Yeah, wow, so close. A very, very close spot. So putting in 10 blinds, so that's any ace he's putting in here in the cutoff. Any ace, any Broadway cards. Yeah, I think I have to call here. All right, good luck. Ace king, yeah, that's brutal. Well, we got chop opportunity. Well, no, we don't. We need a. There's no chops. That's a terrible flop. There were like no chops there. Yeah, he's pushing any ace there. That's fine. Ace king's so good to like wake up with in these things. So now we're down to 12 blinds again, 11 blinds. Yeah, that was close. But I do think like if he picked up like king queen, he was raising. If he picked up like ace 8, he was going all in. Ace 7, he was going all in. Ace deuce, all that stuff. Queen jack suited, he was going. Yeah, so. And sure, you could have ace 10, ace checking too, but. Seven queen will be a fold. Now we just got to pick up another hand. No big deal. No big deal. Mm-hmm. 75 with a total of 13 blinds. I would just shove that. I would just shove that. It's a call from the small blind. What does a small blind call? Like 10 jack suited, queen jack suited, 9-10 suited. Yeah, 10. And call down with one of those 10s. Yours goes all in. Do you fold those 10s? Jack 10, queen 10, jack 10. There it is. Jack 10, queen 10. All the people love those hands. But there's certain situations where they're kind of dangerous. And noteworthy that Hercules had ace ace there, and maybe that was the reason that they didn't go all in pre-flop. Maybe. And maybe if they had a weaker hand like ace queen, they go all in. Don't have the evidence yet to prove that, but that's my thinking right now. That if they had a weaker hand that they were willing to play, that they would go all in. And aces were strong enough where they would want to go all in. Ace 10 is good enough to push all in here for 12 blinds under the gun, 6-hand. These guys call, it's more likely I'm ahead. If this guy calls, I'm probably behind. Just like blind situation, you have more chips in the pot, and defending. So I get called by the small blind with ace jack. It's rough. We don't have a good chance here. 2 out of 10. Do we fade the river? Wait, what just happened? So I finished 6th. Oh no! Oh no! What? No! Oh gosh! Oh gosh! Oh, they just kicked me out of the tournament. If I don't find it in like 30 seconds, I will let this go, and that is that. Okay, give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds. Da 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 da. Do this. Da 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 da. All right, is it this? It is that. Okay, we're opening that up. Man, come on. Why would you do that to me, guys? All right, do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. All right, we're back. Man, that was rude. Come on, ACR. Okay, yeah, so I was definitely fine with the all in of my part there. 12 blinds with ace 10. Perfectly fine. Um, now I'm kind of debating not going all the way through with this, but yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Why not? Why not? Um, so big game 75 limps in. Um, still don't recommend limping in. Um, you have a big stack here. Put the pressure on your opponents. Just put the pressure on. Limping is no pressure at all. Yeah, you see more flops, but at the same time, you're not creating that opportunity for yourself to just win pre-flop, which is very important um, in a sit and go, in all forms of poker actually. Um, Less so in cash games, but any tournament style poker, winning pre-flop is awesome. Um, yeah, so I'll be here while just watching this stuff with you guys, commentating, seeing how people play, and go from there. So we have an under the gun raise to 2.5 times the big blind when he only has about 11 blinds. Once again, I would just shove here. Your entire range, just decide what it is and just shove with the entire thing. You don't want part of your range being 2.5x, part of your range being an all in, part of your range being a different raise, part of your range being a limp. Very difficult to balance all those. Um, Yeah, so yeah, just keep it consistent, and a very easy way to keep it consistent is just to shove when you have like 10 blinds with whatever you decide as your range. And this is another example here, another raise when you have 11 blinds, just shove that in. I mean, this guy's looking to just flat. Right? He's not, but shove, just shove. So we have a lot of shoving stacks here, in my opinion. Um, 15 blinds or so, you should be start shoving in. This guy is in a nice spot. If I were him, I would start playing very aggressively because these remaining 5 players need to essentially pick up a hand. Um, and they're all tied with each other. They're kind of looking at each other to bust. And the worst case scenario for you, if you happen to like lose an all in for someone, the worst thing that can happen to you is you go down to about 3,000, depending on who calls you. And the person who uh, you're up against, their two options are not options, but their two results are either they get eliminated or they, double to you, or you are. So here we have Nightman raising a button. He should go all in here because once again, you won't be faced with this option situation, and that's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen. That's an example right there. See, you raise here with 12 blinds. Yep, about 12 blinds. And then the small blind goes all in. You're just losing so much equity, so many chips that you should be holding on to. Because let's say this guy, I don't know if he's gonna do it, but let's say he had ace five suited. Ace five suited could definitely go all in there, three bet all in there. But if you had shifted in, that ace five suited probably just goes in the muck. So, um, yeah, that's the difference there between raising um, and jamming. Unless you're planning on uh, raising that size infrequent, infrequently enough, and when they do shove, your plan is to call. That is fine-ish, but not make that raise and fold is pretty bad at this stage of the tournament. Because right now he's like short stack, short is stack. Um, so yeah, so lines are 1-2. I think they go up every 10 minutes. Let's see here. They go up every 10 minutes. And we have another limp on button. The mistake here with limping on the button here, yeah, sure, you could have aces and you could be trapping, or you could have kings and you could be trapping, but the fact that you're limping so often, the likelihood of you having a big pair goes down. Um, and what this guy can do, especially because he has 10 blinds, is just shove. You just lose those chips. He can shove with like ace deuce or king queen and take you out. But if you were to like shove here or raise, there's a much less chance that he's going to play with the king queen. Just a dangerous way to play. There's actually been so many times when I've been playing and a player with this style does that, and they have this massive chip lead, and it just dwindles away because they give their opponents way too many opportunities to like this get chips. And come on, you have all these chips, play them aggressively, and you're playing them in a way where you're letting your opponents get chips. Actually, how you want to play. Hey, and all in. I like that play. Yeah, 15 blind, 14 blind. Under the gun. Please don't limp. Please don't limp. Please don't limp. Don't limp. Raise if you're going to play that hand. Please don't limp. Okay, that's fine. All right, what are you going to do, Nightman? Now, so yeah, you still should go all in here because the effective stack is 14 blinds. I'm going to play jam. But now you would get jammed on here. Not saying you would, but you could get jammed. And planning on folding to the jam. Not sure if he was. He folded last time he did that, so he could conceivably fold again. Just jam. Put the blinds in a much more difficult situation, much more difficult position, instead of just having that fold. They lose their fold equity, which is just incredibly important to have in this game. We're down to five-handed. Instant and goes. Three players get paid, so we're not quite on the bubble yet. So it's not really bubble play antics, which actually changes. Like depending on my chip status at the point, I am a different player based on that. Like if I'm the chip leader versus low stack, or if I'm one of the middle stacks, totally different style I play. All right, here's a min raise here. It's a little bit better because there's the big blind is not a jam stack. I don't think it has a jam stack. I think it's a little too large to jam a wide range. He still could, but there's a re-raise. What does Win Reborn do? Goes all in. Big game 75-75. Calls. At ace king. Got king queen. 3-8-8. 6 of diamonds. We got a double up. The blind should be going up very shortly. Jarish holds. This guy now has 11.5 blinds. So it should be all in or fold. Tanking right now. But if he wants to do anything, it should be either all in or fold. Fold there, and fold there, a walk. Right now we have a pretty sizable chip leader here. He has about 30 blinds. Next, and then you have 2 17s and 2 11 and a halves. Oh my god, this sets yourself up for jams so often here. Just shove, just shove, just shove. I mean, yeah, I know the theory there is like I have a weak hand. I'm trying to get his blind for as cheap as possible. But you open yourself up to the jam. I see that often enough, and I see like a min raise. I have like whatever 10-9 suited jam. I'm gonna fold that Jack 5 or whatever. If you jam that Jack 5, I ain't calling with that 10-9 ever. So, once again, this is jam or fold situation, and this is I can conceivably see call here. Put some calls in your range here. Okay, never folding to a 3-bet here, so this is a thing that he's willing to play with. But exactly have his chips. He does get shoved on. This should never ever be a fold. He calls king, queen, ace, king. There's a queen. That's brutal. Needs a 10 or an ace. He does not get it. There's a double through. So now we have two. Well, still, this guy has a good enough more chips than second place player, but this guy's gonna limp. Ooh, doesn't limp. Prediction wrong. All right, he shoves. Call. All right, reasonable, reasonable. Flops an ace. Gets a 10 on the turn. All right, gets a double through. Lines have gone up. A little bit more interesting when blinds go up. Wow, this is difficult if you have a hand here because you don't want to shove. And it's close. 17 blinds affected into this guy. If this guy wakes up, maybe you shove. It's a little disgusting because 17 blinds is a little bit more than you're willing to risk, especially with the other 3. That's such a weird raise. So bizarre. He goes like 5.6x. So he did that with king queen 2 hands ago. So would I do that with any ace here? No. I think I would need ace jack plus, I think. First that would get a call from like the kings and whatnot. King queens and I don't know what else he would call below that, but slow me down, oh yeah. I gotta keep on moving. Alright, night man. 4-7, 4-7. It's a shove or why raise like that? No. Shove or fold. Shove or fold. Shove or fold. Shove or fold. Shove. You have 12 blinds. Shove or fold, man. Shove or fold. Shove or fold. Okay. Fold. Fold. You could do a smaller raise because this guy. I don't want to put effective like, but you open yourself to an all into this. That's the issue though. The issue is this guy could jam. This is not a jam guy though. Guy is. He does make. Yeah. Now it's tougher to go all in on these short stacks here, especially not on bubble because essentially they don't have much to lose. So like if this guy went all in with like 5-6 here, this guy's gonna call with like Queen Jack and or he could call with Queen Jack and King 9 suited and he's 5 blinds. I mean his range should be what? Therefore your range should be tight. That sounded weird. So by tight and wide, I mean like he's gonna call with like wide range, so you can't be shoved in with like 5 high because you're gonna be called like 10 high. That's kind of what I'm saying. Now this is actually a strong hand because there was a player behind him. Ace king, ace 10, ace 6 8. Ooh, there's a 10. That's brutality. That is brutal. Probably a shove any 2 here with 3 blinds. Oh wow, he must have picked up like the bottom 5%, 7 deuce, 3 deuce. Something like that. Yeah. To be down. Excuse me. Raise. I like the all in here. Of course, a lot of folds, even with hands that are better than yours. I play this here. This guy effectively all in with one of his 3 blinds in. Do they limp in? So the theory is they can check it down. They raise to see how these guys interact. Yeah, 50. Fine here. Does he call for his other 2 blinds? He probably should. He probably should. Yep, he calls. Ace 9. King queen. Pops a king with the flush draw. And another double through. 5 players left. Man, I was 6th place. Man, these guys just waited for me to get eliminated just so they can bounce ships back and forth for the next 17 hours. That's how sometimes these things go. Like, no one ever gets eliminated. It's always double up. Someone's got to win, someone's got to lose, and sometimes it's always a short stack. Sometimes it's always a big stack, and it's like super quick tournament. I was kind of sort of hoping when I got eliminated. Do apologize for the brief moment. My screen switched to the ACR main page. It just went away. But I'm glad I found it as quickly as it did. So we can go through this a little bit more. Hopefully, man, these things can really be long tournaments, and I don't know if people are necessarily willing to watch like a full hour. Let's see. Yeah, it's an hour and 12 minutes. Yikes. That's a little longer than what I want. Let me. Turbo's better. No, you know what? Like I see enough of like poker slash the other game I play is Magic the Gathering. Like enough videos on there where they're like X hours long just so they can finish their tournament or their draft. Takes time, so and yeah, this is less flashy than like a Magic game with like less things to see, but I don't know. I don't know what you want from me. Trying. Trying. Um yeah, everyone's kinda even right now. Everyone is pretty much even. So in this situation here, okay, I'll limp here. Now this limp, he hasn't limped in a long time. Oh, suspicious. He hasn't done it. Deuce. I don't think this was picking up my whispering. I think he was trying to induce like a weaker hand to go in versus his like aces or kings or even queens. So we'll see. We'll see if I lowered my voice a little bit just to test it a little bit too when I rewatch this YouTube. I think I was screaming a little bit, which I don't know if that's necessary to scream into, but I guess it's a learning process for me as well. So we'll see. So blinds are still 150-300. Hercules does not have to make a move, but it should be shove or fold. Are 2 options here. That man's getting a little bit short, so you should pick up a hand fairly soon here. And then Irish, you know what I would do here? Shove any 2. I definitely would shove any 2 here because big game is not going to call with that wide enough range for you to lose equity in the long run. So shoving any 2 here is quite a good play. Or shoving 95% of your hands here. 900 is dangerous, super dangerous because let's say you do have like a middly hand like Queen Jack suited, and then big game goes all in. In a sit and go, that's not what you want at all. You just want to take down the chips as quickly as possible. Put opponents in a tough decision. And if you don't have that big hand there and they went all in, now you're all of a sudden in an awkward situation that you should be putting your opponents in. So I kind of wish I was in this tournament. How did I lose? Ace 10 under the gun, called by Ace Jack in the and I thought I won, but I lost. Yeah. Limp. This is another situation that in all in looks really good to me. But what does Big Game do here on a Club Cup Club board? 4-3 King. I guess any player is equally likely to have a king here, especially weaker kings. All in. 9-man's super short here. He only has all 5 blinds, with one of them being in the blind at the moment. So he's in a little bit of trouble here. There's a shove. I do enjoy that shove. That's a very good shove. There's a fold from Nightman. So we are still 5-handed. Players are being a little less aggressive than I would like them to be. Because in this stage, putting your opponents, like, if you just shove, it's really tough. And I think this guy's starting to pick up some hands. Okay. Got small blind. And we're going to get some information of the Hercules range. 5, 6. Don't do that. You had time. You had time. You do not have to, like, wake up and call with 6 high. And at the same time, we saw Hercules is starting to be more aggressive and went all in with King 6 suited. I enjoyed that play very much so. Very good play. Now, here's the situation here. This is a good one. This is a good one. All of a sudden goes a different. This is a situation where everybody's even. Everybody's even. Close enough even. This is a situation where the most aggressive person will win. Now, that's the case in most situations in tournament poker, but what you want to be doing here is just going raise, jamming, 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 because in sit and goes, ICM matters a lot. You are on the bubble now. If you get eliminated in 4th place, you get nothing. If you come in 3rd place, you get like 1.8 times your money back or something like that. 800 is dangerous. Big Game can go on here, put you in an awkward spot. Just jam. Just jam. That is my advice. He's going 800. He is setting himself up, especially when he went twice in a row. I really do think a jam here would give Hercules or the other Big Game a win here. I don't like the lead either. The lead seems like you have 7-8 and hoping to get a fold from like ace high. Now Jabrish is the short stack. Oh gosh. All right, so Big Game has an option here. He's in 3rd place. This is a jam 100% of the time. Jam 100% of the time. That is dangerous. You know, see, this can happen. And now you're going to fold that to like a hand that they may or may not have called it all into. You have to jam there, Hercules. Jam if you're raising, because this is an awkward spot for you. If you jam, yes, he could have. I'm pointing. Yes, this guy could have kings or aces or queens or whatever. But he also could have a hand that if you go all in, he's going to fold. But if you raise like that, he has the opportunity of jamming like that, and you can fold, and you're doing it again. Ay, 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 dude. Dude. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. But just saying. Anyway. Red raise. I would suggest just jamming. These guys are under a lot of pressure, especially this guy. This guy's in last place. This guy's in 4th place. You jam, and if this guy folds this, and he's short stack too. I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, now this guy has to find a spot. This is awkward for him because if he jams and he has anything, he's gonna call with a wide range because he won't get eliminated, right? Happens not to have anything. I do like the jam though. If you have anything reasonable, tough spot here. Now this, if it gets pulled to this guy, like a raise again all in because what? This guy's gonna call with like ace five, like be almost eliminated. Like yeah, it's only like 15 blinds. Well, 17 now. God, you keep setting yourself up, dude. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, let me know if I should keep playing these even after I lose, or if you guys would rather me end it when I essentially end it as well. So, which could be very short videos from the first one out. I guess I don't have to ship those over, but then it's I don't know. I like all my videos just to have some sort of value. We'll see. We will see. Been going on for an hour and 21 minutes now, so yeah. I know for a fact that this isn't gonna get watched because it's so long. So freaking long. Jam. This is a jam. This is a jam. The only reason you don't jam is because like this guy might have something. Like they're not. The range is so super tight at this point. Probably not calling with A7 there. 6 gets flopped. While I'm doing this for the long run, I am commentating till done, I guess. Got a raise and a call. Why there's no jams? Not sure. That's fine. 9, 10, queen super favors the caller. Caller should definitely bet here. That's that half putt, top button. People do love that button. But it's often too big of a bet. And often too little of a bet in other situations. It is actually one of my least favorite bets. But it's used so often. Used so very often. Alright, we got all in here for 4 rounds. Get a walk. We're gonna do maybe these should be turbos, the ones that I do. Maybe not necessarily the ones that play, like play. The ones I put on YouTube, maybe those ones should be the turbo ones. They only last maximum about an hour. 2 hours. Queen, king 10. Got an ace, king 10 still does it to eliminate a double through. Big game, come on. Where's your big glimpse at? Big game, big limpid game. There's an 8 spade draw though. And Jack 8 takes it down. Finally. Jesus Louises. Okay. So typically when a button bubble goes away, tighten up, you're in the money, have less risk, want to gamble a little bit more, and don't min 3-bet out of the small blind or any of the blinds. Just don't do that. Guy does love his half pot button. don't think this will last too much longer, hopefully. Be a trooper, go through all this, commentate most of the hands, min raise to 800. Everyone makes money at this point. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I think I decided. Wow, excuse me. I think I've decided next time I'm gonna do another one of these videos. Unfortunately, I'm gonna post like a super long video for this one, but I think the future ones are gonna be turbos. Turbos make the most sense. And I'm I know I'm fluctuating my volume. So I'm gonna watch this thing back and see. We have a king on the river after some action here. What does a king do? Check. Why did 3-5 check the river? Why did 3-5 check the river? Weird. Thousands? Yeah, thousands time. Jarish. Should probably call here. Or whatever. 8-10. Queen 9. There's an 8. Got a double. I said the double before the time came. Alright. Knows itself turbos for these. Get the same amount of information. I may lose a little bit more equity because turbos are. If you play a lot of turbos, say if you play 100 turbos and 100 sit and goes, and you play the exact same, or your same style, you don't overprint too much, you're actually going to win a little bit more in the regular speed tournaments rather than the turbos, mostly because you are hands, get better hands, and so on. I like that shove. Jack 2. So unfortunately, he had King 9, which is strong. And now, do I want to analyze heads up? Analyze. And I don't know if I want to analyze heads up. Because it's no longer sit and go. Okay. I discussed enough. The important stuff is trying to get the money for sit and go. Bubble play is very important. Those things that went out over, and also three-handed has its own nature. This right here is a standard heads-up thing with no sit and go implications. Of course, I would analyze it if I was in it, but the fact that I'm not in it, I don't think I will do it. I don't think there's enough information that's different than regular heads-up play than that. But once again, let me know. Maybe you guys want to see the result of this, but this video has already been an hour and a half, and who knows how much longer this is going to go. So I can't do that to myself or you guys. Mostly you guys, but that's it. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Okay, there's action here. I was about to do a close down. Okay. Thank you guys for watching this video. We'll try this again. If you want to catch me on Twitch, my name on Twitch is RollingRockDave33. I tend to be on Twitch a few times a week playing some multi-table tournaments. Try to win some tournaments, but that's where you can catch me, and along with my YouTube channel. Thank you very much, and I will see you guys soon.